So what's the most important thing any sales professional or business needs to have in place to succeed in today's modern market? Hey everyone, Alex Caragiannides here with BSM Vault. So what's the number one thing all businesses and sales professionals need in place today in today's modern era with digital marketing, artificial intelligence, and that kind of stuff that we all have access to? It's a client acquisition machine. So what I want to do in today's video is I want to literally give you guys an overview of our clear process to revenue blueprint. It's literally a 5-phase blueprint that we have in place to help you capture and convert more customers online by using Facebook and digital marketing the right way. I emphasize the right way is because most people are still doing it wrong. Facebook has rules, right? It's their game. We're playing in their world. It's their ecosystem. They have over 2.5 billion active users. It was never created for us, like marketers. I don't care what profession you're in, what industry you're in, who you're serving. Right now, you're wearing your marketing hat. And Facebook never built this big, huge ecosystem just for us. They built it for friends and family to share, right? Remember that word, sharing. That's why I believe Facebook is still the number one platform out of all the platforms out there right now. You could take LinkedIn, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, combine them all, and I still believe you have more power if you know what you're doing on Facebook. I'm not saying not to market and use those other platforms. I'm just saying if Facebook is used properly with digital marketing and technology automation in place, you could literally build your own client acquisition machine. And that's what I'm going to share with you guys right now. So we're going to go into phase one. There's 5 phases. Phase one is the most important. That's where most people miss and they forget. You got to build your foundation. It's all about the fundamentals. So let's break down. I'm just going to give you small little pointers here, right? This is not going to be a huge long video. You're going to have to go deeper, right? And learn and understand more of what I'm saying. That's what we do, right? We have a done-for-you model within our agency. We have a university where we teach people these things, but it's up to you, right? It's up to you to take this information and understand it and apply it, right? It's one thing me telling you this, right? Knowledge by itself is not power. It's not. Applied knowledge is power. Understanding what you're applying is power. But I guarantee you this, I assure you of this. Today more than ever, I don't know when you're watching this video, right? We're going into 2020 here very soon. But today more than ever, all of us can get our message in front of our target audience better than ever before. Automation, technology, artificial intelligence, and Facebook, and having an assembly line, literally a client acquisition machine, I call it, in place. I don't care what you do, who you're serving, you could crush your market, okay? So start with phase number one. Building your foundation. The most important part of the blueprint is phase number one. Everybody needs to understand that the fundamentals of marketing online, using digital marketing and Facebook platforms and whatnot, is everything. So we're going to start off with the foundation phase. I'm going to give you guys 3 tactics. All right, this is an overview. It's up to you to understand and apply this. It's up to you to go deeper into these principles I'm about to share with you to understand technically how to go and deploy these tactics. Okay, so here's how we're going to start. Number 1, you got to start marketing to a warm audience. This is for organic and paid traffic marketing. And what I want you guys all to do is I want you to gather all your data. Okay, so I don't care what industry you're in, I don't care who you're serving, I want you to gather all the data you have. So there's 3 lists really that I want to focus on. Number 1 is all your past clients. Number 2, a separate list, is all your old leads. And number 3 is your business contacts, your referral partners and sphere of influence. That's 3 different lists. I want you to put those all in an Excel spreadsheet. Then I want you to take that Excel spreadsheet and I want you to upload it to Facebook. Facebook does a really good job of allowing you to upload data so then we can retarget them later. So if you don't know how to navigate through what I'm telling you to do, just Google or in Facebook in the search bar, just type in audiences. It's going to take you to the Ads Manager toolbar. And then under audiences, you're going to click a button. It's a blue button. It's called Custom Audiences. From there, you're going to upload the list individually. There's 3 of them. Facebook's going to match up their data with your data. And if it matches up, now you have people on your list that you could target to and market to and organically post content to later on. Facebook loves warm traffic. They love having ecosystems of friends and family. That's what we're building here. You're building an ecosystem of people that already know you, right? Past clients, old leads, business partners, and you're going to put them into your ecosystem, and we're going to talk to them later. We're going to communicate to them via digital marketing later. Okay, that's step number one, custom audiences. Number two, pixels. Most people don't still understand how powerful pixels are, and pretty much all great marketers and all big companies all over the world, they focus on retargeting. What this means is, let's say you're shopping on Amazon for Uggs boots, for example, for your wife or for yourself, and you leave Amazon, and now you're back to your original browser, internet or Chrome, whatever it is. And now all of a sudden, Uggs boots are following you everywhere. That's retargeting 101. You have to understand that digital marketing is all about retargeting, getting people to take an action and then retargeting them based on what action they take. So I want you guys to get 2 pixel codes. One's for Facebook and one's for YouTube. They're free. Each of you have it. Once you get those 2 pixel codes, I want you to upload them or send the pixel codes to your webmaster or IT master. Upload them to the header of every page you own. So all your websites, all your landing pages, if you're a realtor, all your IDX pages, the header of every page you own, your pixel codes will go there. Now what you could do is when you drive traffic, whether it's on purpose paid or organic or by accident, you could then retarget these people later. So that was number 2, pixels. Number 3 is going to be probably what people miss out on the most. They don't understand what a non-branded page is compared to what a branded page is on Facebook. So Facebook gives you, first of all, everybody on Facebook has to have a personal page. How you know you have a personal page on Facebook is you can see you have friends. Okay? Once you see you have friends, you know you're on your personal page. You could have up to 5,000 friends. That's the cap. Everybody here watching should try to have up to 5,000 friends. These aren't obviously real friends, right? What they are is eyeballs. And you want as many eyeballs on your post as possible. Okay? So the other page Facebook gives you access to, and you can have as many of these as you want, is what's called business pages. Once you create a business page, what I suggest you do is you create a digital farm area, right? So if you're a mortgage professional, your digital farm area is the entire state that you're licensed in. If you're a realtor, your digital farm area is the community you want to focus on. If you're an insurance agent, your digital farm area, again, is probably the state, right, that you want to focus on. If you're a chiropractor, it's the community, right? If you're a dentist, it's the community. You get the idea, right? What you do after you identify your digital farm area is you create a community page, right? A community page works very well for realtors. A lifestyle page works very well for the fitness industry and chiropractors and dentists. An incognito page works very well for insurance agents and mortgage professionals. This is data proven. It's not theory. A non-branded page on Facebook will outperform a branded page on Facebook at least 20 to 1. Okay? So again, it's up to you to take this information and go deeper on it. I'm just giving you an overview. Quick recap. Top 3 things in the foundation phase for you guys. Number 1, custom audiences. Number 2, pixel everything. And number 3, build a digital farm area for the area you want to focus on, whatever industry you're in, whoever you're serving, and then build a community page or a lifestyle page or an incognito page. You can build all 3 if you want. That's what I got for you for phase number 1. We're going to transition right now and go into phase number 2. All right, now we're in phase number 2. Phase number 2 is very important, just like phase number 1 was. But I think phase number 2 is even more important than phase number 1. You got to get phase number 1 in place, right? Build the foundation. Now phase number 2 is about content. Content is everything. What we want brand awareness, we want reach, and how you get brand awareness and reach is by getting a lot of content out there. So again, I'm gonna give you guys 3 tips. Again, remember this, it's up to you to go deeper here. I'm giving you an overview, but this is very important, high-level overviews I'm giving you. Number 1 is you have to have a strategy with Facebook. Everything with Facebook is about having a strategy. Remember, this is their game, and they're allowing us to play in it. Just think about this really quickly. They have 2.5 billion active users. That's their clients, right? We're going in trying to take their clients out of their platform and sell them whatever we want to sell them, right? Whether you have a product or service. Just remember that. You can't do that. And if you do it, you got to play within Facebook's world and play in their game, okay? So the strategy is you want to be able to reach a lot of people. You want to be able to engage with a lot of people, because then the algorithms, because that's really all Facebook is algorithms and data, are going to be working in your favor. So the strategy is this, write this down. Reach plus engagement plus consistency equals opportunities. Reach plus engagement plus consistency equals opportunities. All right, so that's number one. Number two, you want the algorithms to work in your favor, and how you do that is by monitoring certain KPIs, key performance indicators. These are your two major key performance indicators you need to monitor on a weekly basis on your pages, whether it's a community page, a lifestyle page, or an incognito page. And they are, your page needs to reach at least 10,000 people per week. And in addition to, your page has to have an engagement of at least 1,000 people per week. Let me break this down for you real quick. Reach is just eyeballs, impressions. It's like you driving on the highway and there's a billboard and you see the billboard. That's called reach. Your eyeballs saw the billboard. They saw what was on the billboard. Doesn't mean you called the number on the billboard. Doesn't mean you went on the website on the billboard. It just means you saw it. That's called reach. That's called impressions. We want at least 10,000 reach impressions per week on your pages. Engagement is you actually called the number on the billboard, or you went to the website on the billboard, or in this case for us on Facebook, is somebody liked, commented, shared, remember that word, shared, tagged, watched the video. That's called engagement. You want at least 1,000 people engaged per week. All right, that's two tactics right there. The third one is, how do you get all this, right? How do you do all this? You got to post a lot, right? So we have a posting schedule here that we believe in. I'm sharing it with you guys. You post every 4 hours, 6 times a day, 42 times a week. Don't worry, you're not posting as much as you think you're posting. Remember, there's 2.5 billion active users. A lot of posts happening, every second on Facebook. As long as your content is relevant to your audience, you're gonna be just fine. The reach you get from posting a lot every 4 hours. The engagement you get by posting content that's relevant to your target audience. So if you're a realtor, I'd probably focus a lot on local content, things happening in the area this weekend, community spotlights, business spotlights, market updates, mixed in with other types of posts that's more broad, HGTV style. Same if you're a mortgage professional or an insurance professional or a chiropractor or a dentist. Doesn't matter what industry you're in. Content is everything right now. Make sure the content is relevant for your audience. Post every 4 hours. Get the reach. Have content that's super, super local and relevant and current. That's how you get the engagement. And be consistent. Every 4 hours, 6 times a day, 40 times a week. Monitor your KPIs. Remember, key performance indicators, reach and engagement every single week, and have a strategy. Remember, Facebook is your #1 ally. Make Facebook happy first. Once you make Facebook happy, the algorithms work in your favor. Everything else in the next phases will improve substantially. That's phase number 2. Let's transition now to phase number 3. All right, you're in phase number 3. This phase is called the marketing and engagement phase. So you've done phase 1, you've set everything up. You've done phase 2, you've set everything up, and now you have a schedule, you're consistent, you're posting, content's going on your pages, you're reaching people, you're engaging. Now phase 3, we're in marketing and engagement phase, meaning we want to market to get more engagement and generate leads, right? But there's a right way to do it. So I'm going to give you 3 points again, 3 tips. Number 1 is the old way of running marketing campaigns and trying to generate leads online using an old funnel. So, and the funny thing is people still do it today. My competition still does it today. Most of you watching this still do it today because you're not in the know. But now you are in the know. So it's going to change a little bit your mindset. And remember, you got to put attention to the details here, what I'm sharing with you. This is just an overview, right? Just an overview. It's up to you guys to go in and go deeper, okay? So the old funnel was you pick an audience on Facebook, and for most of you, it's a cold audience. You run an ad, you make an offer, you get a lead, right? That doesn't work. It hasn't worked, and it still doesn't work. That's called cold traffic marketing. It's like cold calling or door knocking. Can it work? Yeah, it can work, but we're in a new era right now. We're in a modern technology, just crazy breakthrough era right now. Artificial intelligence is for real. It's not coming, it's already here. Alexas and OnStars of the world, they hear everything and that data's sold. I assure you of this. Take your cell phone, I don't have mine with me. Take your cell phone and just start talking about videos, or just start talking about insurance for a car or something. And you're gonna see in your thread, in your news feed, within the hour, you're gonna have more videos than you're used to, and you're gonna have more quotes by Geico and Allstate than you're used to. I assure you of this. Test it. Test what I'm telling you. OnStar, Alexas, your phones, that data is sold, right? It's crazy to think how much privacy has been lost for us, and that frustrates me as well. But at the same time, I'm excited as a marketer because now more than ever, I have more opportunity to get in front of anybody in the entire world. Doesn't matter where you're at. If I want to get in front of you with my message, I could if I do it the right way. So this phase is about doing it the right way. So the tip number one was just an overview of an old funnel. Don't do that. Don't market to cold traffic. Don't just put an offer out there with an ad, get a lead, and think you're doing anything. You're really not. The new funnel, that's tip number two, is where it's at right now. And that's targeting an audience that's warm first. So being very, very hyper-focused on who you're targeting first, and preferably it's a custom audience, it's a warm audience. And then from there, what you do is you give value first, right? I'm giving value right now, right? I'm sharing with you concepts and tactics and strategies that are working now real time, right? So I'm giving. But what I'm doing in return is I'm getting data, right? So give value. Do a video like this. Do a webinar. Put together like a PDF or a flip book or a guide. So whatever niche you're in, whatever industry you're in, whoever you're serving, find out what that audience wants, needs, what's their pain points, and give it to them for free, okay? What happens then is you're gonna get data. And then you can retarget that data. So that's step number two, right? Number one, you give value. Number two, you retarget. And number three, you make them like an offer, a small offer, right? See kind of like where their motivation is. Are they ready to buy now? Are they in the market to buy now? Or is it 6 months from now or 2 years from now? It doesn't matter, right? You want the data. And then you retarget again. And eventually you're gonna get to the point where at the end of this assembly line right here, you're gonna have this audience that's super hyper, local, warmed up to just you. Nobody else could touch that audience if you do this the right way. It's an assembly line funnel that has 5 steps to it. Again, I'm giving you an overview. It's up to you to go deeper. I could send you more information, just reach out to me, but I just want you to mentally understand that the old way of advertising on Facebook and digital marketing, it doesn't exist anymore. The new way exists, and that's giving value, targeting the right people, retargeting, giving more value, making them a qualifying offer, retargeting again, and then getting them into a funnel where you could promote your services and products, right? So that was step number two. Step number three is you have to have a calendar in place of how you're gonna be running ads, right? I have 7 different types of ad campaigns that we focus on for our clients that I teach. 7 different types of ad campaign objectives that Facebook gives you. They give you a lot of objectives, which are like what you wanna accomplish by running ads with them. We have 7 different ones, and we run them based off of a calendar. Right? So you have to identify a calendar for yourselves based on your budget and then run each ad accordingly. Your first ad should be an engagement ad, right? A post that goes viral organically, does really well organically. You then want to run an engagement ad behind it. Second ad should be a like and follow campaign, right? You're trying to build like and followers for your community pages or your incognito pages or your business or your lifestyle pages, right? You're trying to get likes and followers of people in the area that should like and follow your page. Your third campaign should be content, promoting content, and getting more engagement on certain kinds of posts. We don't even run opt-in or lead gen campaigns until our 5th campaign. Typically, we're going 35 to 45 days, right? Almost 6 weeks before we even try to generate a lead because we want to build up the data. So the third tip for you guys is create a Facebook ads calendar of how you're going to run your ads and be strategic with every week of what's going out. Some of our ads stack up with other ad campaigns. So sometimes we're running 3, 4, 5 different campaign objectives all at the same time, but we build towards it. Okay? So those are 3 tips in the marketing and engagement phase. Okay, again, it's up to you to go deeper to learn the technical stuff you need to learn to be better at getting more engagement while you're marketing on Facebook. All right, but I assure you, if you take this approach, the results will be exponential. All right, let's transition to phase number 4. All right, so in phase number 4, this is where the magic happens, right? Phase number 4 is nurture phase. The magic is in the follow-up, but I think we got to go a step deeper than that. The magic is actually in the automation of the follow-up. We all know we need to follow up, right? The sale is really made between the 8th and the 12th follow-up. I can't tell you how many times I've made a sale after the 8th to the 12th follow-up. It's crazy. I just kept following up and kept following up and kept following up. I can't tell you how many times sales were lost from people who stopped following up after the second or third no contact or no. Let me give you a quick example, a personal example of my wife and I. So we lived in San Diego for 16 years. And we lived in an area called Mission Hills, beautiful area. We love that area. We lived there for a long time. But before we moved there, it took my wife almost 5 years for us to pinpoint and decide we were going to move to Mission Hills. 5 years. Okay? My wife is a big researcher. She loves researching everything. So she went on Redfin and Zillow and Trulia.com and Realtor.com, all these search sites. And she would plug in information to go look at properties, townhouses, homes in different areas that we wanted. And she identified Mission Hills as an area she wanted to look at. Guess how many realtors followed up with my wife in 5 years? Yeah, exactly. 0. None. Is that crazy? Let me tell you another story. This continues. So we moved from San Diego to Denver. We live in Boulder now, in this beautiful area called Niwot, which is in the middle of Boulder County. And before we moved from San Diego to Denver, it took us 2 years to decide we were going to move. My wife did the same thing. She started researching properties, started doing her thing. Guess how many realtors in Denver followed up with my wife in 2 years? 0, right? A lot of people don't follow up. So obviously that's nothing crazy that I'm sharing with you. You guys know you have to follow up. But to make it easier for everybody, we're going to work on automating the follow-up. So let me give you guys just a quick tip here. Quick tip. Make sure you have a follow-up sequence in place for every person or sequence in the sales process. So what do I mean by that? We have a tool here that we use. We call it TOMA, Top of Mind Awareness. One of my old mentors and coaches, I got to give credit to Chuck Bauer, great man, great coach, very intelligent as it relates to business and sales, taught me this concept. It's called Top of Mind Awareness, TOMA. We created a TOMA for every stage of the sales process. So we had a TOMA for new leads. We had a TOMA for new business partner meetings. We had a TOMA for during a transaction. So if you're a mortgage guy, you have a 30-day escrow, or a real estate 30-day escrow. We had a TOMA for updating everybody throughout the process. We had a TOMA for post-close, right? So once we close the transaction, really the sale starts then, right? Because if you want to get repeat business and referrals, you have to stay top of mind. But if you don't have a top of mind awareness campaign for each of those sections, what are you going to do, right? You're not going to remember to follow up. And then in addition to that, we use technology and automation to automate everything. There's so many services and tools right now with slide out broadcasts and companies like Agent Legend. And I mean, most companies right now are so advanced because we have such great technology and automation that all this could be automated. So we automate the voicemail drops, the links with videos, the emails, the text messages, right? To make the follow-up sequence guaranteed it's going to happen. But before all that happens, you got to set up the sequence. So just quick tip, and we'll end with this phase. Create 4 sequences, 4 different campaigns. 1 for leads, 1 for referral partner meetings, new people that you're meeting that you could basically build relationships with and refer business to each other. 1 for during a transaction, so whatever service you're in, however long your sales process is. Once somebody says, I'm in, until they close, there's a process there, updating people, making them, wow, great experience. And the last one is post-close. Birthdays, anniversaries, checking in every quarter to try to get repeat business and referrals. So the nurture phase is all about using automation and technology and having systems in place and milestones in place for those 4 areas. Try it out, go all in. Again, it's up to you to go deeper on these principles. I guarantee you it's going to complement all 3 beginning phases. Last but not least, we're going to transition now into the growth phase. All right, we're at the final phase, the growth phase. This is where you can scale and grow. So phase 1, foundation phase. Phase 2, content. Phase 3, marketing engagement. Phase 4, nurture. Now we're in growth. So I'm going to give you 3 tactics, 3 principles. Okay, these are nice. These are big. Again, it's up to you to go deeper and deploy. So number 1, systems and checklists. You need systems and checklists for everything. Everything. There's a great book out there called E-Myth by Michael Gerber. All right, read the book if you haven't read it. Dive into the book, digest the book, understand it. It's all about building systems and checklists for every part of your business. Okay, that's number 1. Go deeper on that. Number 2, flow chart, right? Build out a flow chart of everything that has to happen in your business and who does what. If you're a 1-person team, guess what? You're doing everything. So it's okay for you to build a flow chart even if you're a one-person sales professional and one-person team. Now, if you have a big team or a small team, it's even more important to have a flow chart, right? Who's the rainmaker? Where's your business coming from? Operationally, what happens? Revenue, what's up with the P&L? Where are your expenses? Where's your profit? Where is everything? Put it on the flow chart. And number 3, one of my favorites, work off of a default schedule and have theme days. Okay, what does that mean? Is I have routines. I swear by my morning routine. When I'm on my morning routine, I'm up at 5 a.m. and I journal and I meditate and I read and I work out. The rest of my day, I crush it. When I'm not on my morning routine, which is very rarely I'm not on my morning routine, I have to fight through the day. I have to drink more coffee than I want to drink. So have a morning routine. Have a default schedule. Have your perfect version of a perfect week. Identify, how does my perfect week look like? If I was at my best, what would I be doing? What does that day look like? What does that week look like? Put that down on paper. What does a perfect Monday look like from the second I wake up to the second I go to bed? And Tuesday and Wednesday, etc. Have your version of a default schedule, a perfect week. You're not going to be on 100% of the time, but can you be on 80% of the time? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you got to write it down. Have a visual default schedule and have theme days of what you do every day, right? What are you doing on Monday? What are you doing on Tuesday? What are you doing on Wednesday? You got to prospect 2.5 hours a day, every day. If all we did, right? If all we did was prospect 2.5 hours a day, Monday through Friday, every day, would we be crushing it? Absolutely. We'd be crushing it. The growth phase is about taking all the other phases, combining them into one, and then scaling. Right? Scaling. I started my agency, one person, one idea, one vision, one person. Now there's 9 people on the team, right? I have a flow chart. I have this section, my marketing section, what we're doing. Where's our business coming from? Operations section, who does what? Who's on the bus and what seat on the bus are you on? My revenue section, what does my P&L look like? How much revenue do I need to bring in to cover all my expenses and build a profit, right? 3 different areas of my flow chart. Perfect version of my work week, my default schedule with theme days. Systems and structure for everything. Systems and structure for everything. That's the growth phase. We covered 5 phases, ladies and gentlemen. If you made it up to the end of this video, I applaud you, right? But just, again, listening to me is not enough. You got to go deeper in these principles. It's up to you to understand these principles, apply them, right? Test them. Every market's different. You might be in Canada. You might be somewhere in the United States. You might be in Europe somewhere. So every market's different, but the strategies are timeless. The strategies are timeless. I have literally built a lead generation and conversion blueprint that we could generate and get in front of more customers and convert those customers into clients by using Facebook and digital marketing the right way. Literally, a client acquisition machine is what I want you to take out of this video. Build your own version of this. Hit me up. Tag me. Let me know how things are going. I love to hear success stories. All right? I wish you guys nothing but success. I wish you guys nothing but a great journey in life and in business. I'll see you guys on the inside. Bye-bye.